Hi everyone, welcome to FQ21. This is Rose Press Fausto, your FQ mom. So, these days, with all the worries about the coronavirus, and then there was a Taal volcano eruption that really affected the economy negatively, a lot of concerns are again all over. When it comes to stock investing, ang perennial question ay, is it time to invest or should we wait for the market to go down even further? So it's always the question of, is it timing the market or time in the market? And today, to help us discuss that, is my favorite person in the world, Marvin Fausto.
Hi, hello sa mga viewers.
Yeah, it's Friday and it's our Friday. So before we go on our date, let's discuss this. Time versus timing the stock market.
Alam mo, that's a very interesting question, honey. A lot of people, like I say, want to really time the market. They want to come in when the market is low or sell when its market is high. But alam naman natin, it's so difficult to do that. Even professionals like myself, I've been managing money for
the last
30 years. Ay, hirap talaga yan.
Since you were born,
it's really very difficult. Sometimes it's a hit and miss. Sometimes it's like tossing a coin lang eh. Mahirap talaga. So, there are a lot of concerns now, sinabi mo, na investors have. The foreigners are also very much concerned, as well as the local investors. Ang pinakamalaking issue ng foreigners now is that the Philippine market has become really very small relative to the other markets that they invest in.
Okay. Can you explain that even further?
Yeah, kasi nga, last year, China was added to the global portfolio benchmarks na tinatawag nila. Yung parang
global PSE.
Parang global
index.
Oo, benchmark, ibig sabihin basis for investing.
Okay.
Since China is a very large economy, very large market, ngayon, pag sinama mo yung China dun sa portfolio, naturally, the other countries
will go down in proportion.
Ang laki ng China, like 35% of the economy. So, yung mga other markets, lumiit.
Masyado na tayong negligible.
Including Philippines. Philippines became 0.9% of the global market.
So, kulang pa tayo
0.9 kulang pa, mas maliit pa sa 1% yan.
Parang that percentage reminds me of who are investing in the Philippine stock market, di ba?
Ano?
Less than 1%.
Less than 1%.
Anyway, sige. So, continue with
so
your
less than
discussion.
1%. So, ibig sabihin nun, the foreigners will not waste too much time in investing in a 0.9. In a 0.9. Tapos, they move their concentration sa China.
Okay.
So, hindi na tayo masyado pinapansin. So, on top of that pa, syempre, there are some issues on the corporates, yung mga nako-question yung franchise
the contracts
renewal.
that are not being...
Una yung renewal contract ng ABS-CBN, and then there are other contracts that are being questioned, like the Manila Water, etc. So, another concern. So, another concern is the taxes that's going to change. Yung Sitira law that is going to come out daw this year, which will change the way...
versus tinira. Joke yun.
That's the way they will change the taxes on corporations. Tatanggalin daw yung mga incentives in some foreign corporations in exchange for reduction in the corporate income tax of companies. So medyo maraming concerns.
Yeah. And when it comes to investors talaga, the uncertainty is such a big factor, no? Para bang ayaw ng investor yung uncertainty.
Yes.
Kasi nga risk management.
Higher uncertainty, higher the risk. Pagka hindi mo alam, parang mas natatakot ka eh.
So, mas kimi ka mag-invest.
So, your question is it...
Is it still time versus timing?
Yes. So, that's the biggest question. Now, I have to put it in the bigger perspective.
Okay.
A larger perspective, particularly for investors. Kasi, when you're saying investments or investing, it's not just short term.
That's true. Yeah.
Dapat yan long term, mga 10 years, ganyan.
Yes.
Yan ang mga investment talaga. Hindi mo naman buy and sell kaagad yan eh. So, when you talk about investing, you're really talking about long term. Now, given that, let's look at for the past 10 years. Ano ba?
We have a chart.
Oo.
Let's see.
Ano ba ang nangyari for the past 10 years? In figure 1, if you look at the past 10 years from 2009 to 2019, ang Philippine stock market had an average return of 9.86%.
All right.
A 9.86% compounded annual growth rate
All right.
from that time. So if you invested about 10,000 pesos in 2009 and just kept it, by end of 2019, that would have grown to about 25,000. Compounded annual growth rate. So, parang you more than double.
All right.
That is despite all the issues for the past 10 years.
Yes.
You had the financial crisis, global financial crisis, maraming volatility sa market. So, even if for the past 10 years, marami nangyari sa Pilipinas,
Kumita ka pa rin.
kumita ka pa rin. 9.86%.
A very decent return of 10%.
Almost 10%. Yeah. Now, looking at longer period pa,
Yeah.
33 years, para makita natin talaga ano nangyari. Since 1987 to 2019,
That's
about
33
33 years yun. Now, mas marami nangyari dyan. There's coup attempts,
That's right.
financial crisis, Asian financial
Asian
crisis,
crisis.
global financial crisis, earthquake,
May
floods,
SARS.
SARS, lahat na ng problema nangyari sa atin dyan.
Okay.
And despite that,
Magkano ang kinita?
the stock market still generated a very decent return of 9.11%.
Okay.
More than 9% pa rin.
Okay.
So if you had invested about 10,000 pesos in
Back in
1987, that would have grown to about 172,000 by the end of 2019. So, very decent returns din. Kahit na kahit ang daming concerns, kahit ang daming problema ng Pilipinas at that
So
time.
ngayon, ito yung tanong nung feeling trader siya, no? Yung timing the market. Paano kung, di ba mas okay pagka pumasok ako ng mababa, nag-sell ako sa taas, pumasok ulit ako sa mababa, at mag-sell ulit ako sa taas. Anong say mo doon?
Yeah, that's very ideal. Magaling yan sabihin, looking at hindsight. Pero, alam ba natin kung kailan yan, di ba? Can you really predict?
Yep.
When is it going to be bottom? When is going to be... Ang hirap talaga mag-predict niyan. Wala naman, nobody can predict markets, especially the short term. Ato, I showed in the chart na if you try to time the market,
Okay,
for
sige,
example,
let's try to imagine
for the
that,
past 10 years, kunyari, there were about 2,437 trading days for the past 10 years. So, ang daming trading days, no?
Okay.
If you just missed 10 of the best trading days, yung kunyari, nag-break ka lang ng konti, medyo hindi ka lang tumingin sa market, you didn't monitor it.
Nagkasakit ka.
Medyo nagkasakit ka o nagbakasyon ka. 10 lang 10 days
10 days lang out of the 2,000.
437 trading
Okay,
days.
sige.
Your return in that period drops to 5.85%.
Wow.
Versus the almost 10% if you just kept it there.
Can you say that again para mas malinaw?
So you try to time it, ano? So you were not able to time it perfectly for 10 days. Na-miss mo lang yung 10 best trading days.
So yung mga in and out mo, nagkaroon ng miss.
So na-miss mo lang.
Yung mga good.
Days. Days, ha? 10 lang. Ato 2,437. That's about 2% of the trading, ang liit lang, ha? Na-miss mo lang yon. Nakalimutan mo lang, o hindi mo lang nalagay ang pera mo doon. Halos nakalahati yung return mo.
My gosh.
No, ito pa.
Okay.
If you missed...
Wait, there's more.
If you miss 30 days, 30 of the best trading days.
So that's 30 days out of 10 years?
30 days out of 10
Oh my
years.
God, okay.
10 years.
Buwan sa 10 taon.
Your return would have been 0.1% lang. Parang wala kang kinita.
Para ka nagtago sa mattress mo lang.
Oo, ganun nangyari. Now, if you miss 50 of the trading days,
which is still a small percentage to 10 years.
50 out of the 2,437, maliit pa rin yun, ha? You would already lost money. Negative 4.47%.
And that is what actually happens.
Yes.
Most of the time to those who really just go into trading without the proper training, the proper skill. So, ano naman ang masasabi mo dun sa mga talaga gusto pa rin mag-trade despite all this?
Alam mo, sa mga traders, yung mga may hilig, pwede naman eh.
Okay.
But that assumes na yun talaga ang trabaho mo.
Okay. So, you're saying there are really good, successful traders.
Yeah, meron naman talaga. Kaya lang, they are very few.
And it's hard to sustain.
It's very hard to
Because
sustain.
of all this nga eh, di ba?
Oh, tsaka
Baka miss ka lang ng a few best days.
Best
Did you
days.
say that? Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, ngayon, for those people who are doing other things, yung mga meron kang trabaho, may pamilya ka, you're taking care of your children, marami kang ginagawa, you're busy with your business.
Yes.
Maybe it's better that you concentrate on that, tapos, just invest for the long term. Meaning, wag mo na masyadong i-time. Kasi that is also true for the past 30 years, 33 years. Yung statistics na sinabi ko.
30 years? Sounds
33.
very familiar.
Yes, oh.
That's just about how long we've been married.
Yes, 30 years. 31 na tayo.
Tagal pa, 31 na.
Yun.
Pearl na kami.
So,
2%.
mahirap talaga yan eh. It's really very hard. Now, I would just like to share, no? Kasi 30 years na nga rin tayo.
Okay.
My experience for the past managing money.
You did not trade me. I didn't trade you also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Managing money naman for the past 30 years. Almost the
More
same,
than,
ano?
yeah.
Nitong ating statistics. It is much better for us to just invest for the long term and have tinatawag nating core investment portfolio.
Okay.
Meaning, these are your large companies with long history of profitability in the stock market. So, just buy them and hold them for the long term. And have a little bit of pampakilig na lang yung mga favorites mo dyan.
Yung mga mahilig talaga.
Oo, yung mga mahilig. Can Jollibee na konti or
so you just
Ayala
make
na.
sure na you will not suffer if something goes wrong with your trading account.
Yes.
Kasi nga, it's quite risky, di ba? So you're not sacrificing the college education of your children, yung mga ganong type.
That's right. So, that has been our experience. I'd like to share it to your viewers na it worked best for us. Meaning it worked wonders for us. We have been saving and investing for the past 30 years.
Together.
Regularly and automatically.
Yes.
Putting aside a certain amount of our earnings on a monthly basis and investing it.
Di ba noong una, medyo na-irritate ka pa kasi up to the last centavo na-account ka.
Noon kasi, mga 30 years yung mataas pa interest rate. Mataas pa interest rate yan, so we were investing in fixed income or yung mga bonds na tinatawag. Now, nung bumaba na interest rates, we were investing in the stock market.
Nilakihan mo na yung allocation.
Oo, so
pero hindi malikot. We've never been...
Yeah, long term naman. Stocks. Tapos, buti na lang, meron na nung na-introduce na sa Philippines yung mga funds, yung mga equity index funds.
Yeah.
Now, that is the best investment now for ordinary investors. Ang sinasabi ko, equity index funds that gives you, diversified portfolio of 30 largest companies in the country.
Even for a very small amount of money invested.
1,000 lang or 500 lang. Pwede ka na mag-invest regularly and you will be able to accumulate. Just do it regularly and consistently on a monthly basis. Concentrate on your work and then put aside a certain amount and build your wealth the easy way or the most simple way.
Yeah, you have to simplify your investment.
Simplify your investment, invest in equity index funds.
Yep. And with that, thank you very much again for gracing our show.
You're very welcome, my honey.
Yes. So, ano na? Pwede tayo mag-date?
Ay, oo nga. Friday pa kami.
So, let's greet all our viewers. Cheers to High FQ!